April 29th, and today we will be classifying quadrilaterals. Today's objective, students will be able to classify quadrilaterals by looking at their properties. And our DOL will be our online assignment called Classifying Quadrilaterals. And a quadrilateral is a figure with four sides. So a triangle can't be a quadrilateral because a triangle has three sides. So a quadrilateral is any figure with four sides. Okay, let's take a look. Here are the different types of quadrilaterals. We have a parallelogram at the top, and a parallelogram have opposite sides that are equal and parallel, and they have opposite angles that are equal. The next one down, outlined in green, is a rectangle, which should look very familiar to us. A rectangle is when opposite sides are equal and parallel. So that sounds a lot like a parallelogram, except in a rectangle, all angles are right angles. So they're all perfect L's, and you can look at the figure. The next one down is a square, and a square is a quadrilateral that has opposite sides that are parallel. All sides are equal, and all angles are right angles, just like a rectangle. Okay, the next one is a rhombus. Kind of looks like a diamond in a way. A rhombus is the type of quadrilateral that have opposite sides that are parallel. All sides are equal. Opposite angles are equal. And the diagonals bisect each other at right angles. We won't really have to worry about that. It kind of looks like a square that's turned to the side. The next one down is a trapezoid. A trapezoid has one pair of opposite sides that are parallel. So the top line, the top side, and the bottom are parallel. The ones on the sides, the left and right side, cannot be parallel because they will eventually touch each other if they're extended. And at the bottom, I don't know if you can see, but it's a kite that have two pairs of adjacent sides that are equal, one pair of opposite sides that are equal, one diagonal bisects the other, and diagonals intersect at right angles. Now, I don't want you to worry too much about the kite because we are not worrying about that today. Okay, example 1, teacher model. Which of the following terms can be used to describe the figure? Parallelogram, square, quadrilateral. So we need to choose. Is this figure a parallelogram? Is this figure a square? Or is it just a quadrilateral? Before I begin to answer the question, I want to make some observations about this shape. Right away, I see that it has four sides, so it's definitely a quadrilateral. The sides appear to be different lengths, but the left side and the right side look like they are parallel. So this would be a trapezoid, not a parallelogram. I see two right angles, not four, so it can't be a rectangle. The only word that has given me that could be used to describe this figure is a quadrilateral. Trapezoid was not an answer to the problem, so we can't just write trapezoid. It was between a parallelogram, which it is not, a square, which it is not, but it has to be a quadrilateral because it has four sides. I am posting this cheat sheet on the right so you're able to look and see what it could be. And remember, a quadrilateral just has four sides. Okay, number 2. Which two terms can be used to describe the figure? Notice we're going to pick two terms. Parallelogram, trapezoid, or rectangle. Let me just fix this really quick. Okay, this should be a little better. Awesome. What are some characteristics you notice when looking at this shape? I notice that it has four sides and it looks like it has two pairs of parallel lines. What do we call quadrilaterals that have two pairs of parallel lines? I forget. So I'm going to look at this handy dandy cheat sheet, and then I notice at the top, parallelogram has opposite sides that are equal and parallel. So if it has two pairs, could we also say that at least one pair of parallel lines is a parallelogram? Yes. The top and the bottom sides are parallel, and the two sides are parallel with each other, which means they will never touch. What do we call quadrilaterals that have at least one pair of parallel sides? Well, if I'm looking at my chart, I see that a trapezoid also has at least one pair of parallel sides. How about the angles? I notice they are not right angles, so it cannot be a rectangle. So that is the one I'm able to cross out. It cannot be a rectangle. It has to be a parallelogram and a trapezoid. And if you forget what they are, you'll always have this cheat sheet to see what each quadrilateral has for its properties. NJSLA question. A trapezoid is shown. Which statement is true about side R? So focus in on this side. Boop. Side S is parallel to side R? That can't be true. They're perpendicular. Side T is parallel to side R? Well, if we were to extend line T and extend side R, they would eventually touch each other, so they can't be parallel. Side U is parallel to R. Well, they're perpendicular, so it must be option D. None of these sides are parallel to side R. Your independent work today is classifying quadrilaterals. It's an online assignment. You just need to complete this, and you can use the cheat sheet that I also uploaded to help you. Okay, have a great Wednesday.